Money is like 10 foot big. Funny money. What day? Right? I don't know what day that's gonna be. Probably the day before I die. I'm like, hey, I know you got. It's true. He's our elder. Come on. Yeah. You're like 46. Hey, I bring children will open the door to please like hey, we play this tomorrow. I'll get somebody in Corey gets seated. We're live. Or what is it? For what? And Hammer's up to bet $500. It's fucking mine, you asshole. Hey, it's like smooth. This one feels good. We're live. All right, here we go, folks. The epic match that is building for at least 24 hours. The matchup is Mr. Corey Goodson and Colby White, my boy, versus the Rob Santopolo baby and Mr. Hunter Ryan. The match is $100 per man. Rob and Hunter receive 3 pops, while Mr. Colby White and Corey Goodson receive 0 pops. There are hammers involved in this match. So when a hammer is thrown, which is dictated by a head cover throw, it presses that match to be, instead of 1 point, it is worth 2 points for that hole. Here we are at beautiful Meadowbrook Country Club. First hole measuring 348 yards. The big boy, Mr. Hunter Ryan, first up on the box. Electing an iron on this shot. All right, Hunter's shot is off, headed towards the center of the fairway.
Hey, Hunter, the camera's right there if you'd like to say anything, you know what I mean? Just so you know.
Landing safely at 207 yards in the middle of the fairway, Mr. Hunter Ryan. All right, Mr. Tour Visor secondary, Mr. Colby White on the box. No fear here. He's electing to hit driver. Big dog here. Hey, is this a thing or no? It's all good. You don't need it. Headed up the left side, being a cut boy. Hit hard, 175 miles an hour of ball speed, and lands safely into the green side bunker. All right, the man behind the plan, Mr. Rob Santopolo. His bet. Technically, the streetlights came on an hour ago. He is late for his curfew, but he is here ready to play. Rob electing to hit the big stick here. His playing partner is safely in the fairway. Ooh, big swing here from Rob. 152 miles an hour ball speed right up central. 800 milligrams of ibuprofen to bay 1, please, stat. Okay, here we are, Mr. Corey Goodson. Guy's a class act, hitting the big dog off the tee today here at Meadowbrook Country Club. Shot is off, heading a little right to left. Oh, there is a little water reverse over there. Oh, boy, and it is safe here in the left side rough on the first hole. All right, Mr. Hunter Ryan here, stalking this pin here, 141 yards out to the flag. As you can see in the grid here, the blue is in the lower portion of the grid there. That means the ball is going to be slightly below
right
his feet.
But I just posted it to Slack, so I would expect that. I would expect that number.
Thank you all 5 people that are tuned in right now. It means the world. It's shots. It's shots. Hunter Ryan. Silky smooth swing headed towards just right side of the green here, but is safely on. Well done for Mr. Hunter Ryan. All right, next up we have Mr. Corey Goodson. Left with 103 yards out here on this first hole, par 4 here at Meadowbrook. Ball is going to be off the lower portion of this, so it's going to be below his feet. Expect this ball to come out and turn right. Pin is tucked up in the front left portion of this green. All right, shot is off. Looks pretty good. Asking for it to draw, which it is. Dig in. Oh, just exit the gimme circle. Great shot for Mr. Corey Goodson. All right, our viewership just tripled here. We have 16 people live in the chat.
Nope, we're on the left.
Oh, sorry, 7 of you. 2 more than last time I spoke on this. Mr. Rob Santopolo here has a cute little wedge here, just heading to the left edge, needs to jump. Okay, safely on.
Hey, no!
All right, Mr. Colby White from the greenside bunker on his second shot is 35 yards out.
Going out there.
Colby setting up his golf ball. It's a crispy wedge here, needs to get rolling, and it is entering the gimme circle. Here it is, Mr. Corey Goodson and Colby White.
Rob's in the way.
Oh.
Rob. Butts in the way, Rob. Your butt's in the way.
Absolutely wild stuff happening in Bay 1 here. All right, so Corey Goodson, Colby White in for a birdie here at number 1. Rob Santopolo has a putt here measuring 9 yards off the left side of this, or the front side of this green. Oh, putt is off and just short of the gimme circle. Mr. Corey Goodson and Colby White take one up on this first hole. All right, Colby White has validated his birdie putt on number 1. Corey keeps muttering the same mantra to his playing partner. Let's see if it works out for him in the through this match. All right, Mr. White has the box. 555 yards. Colby, you looking for the white one? All right, Mr. White coming off a hot birdie. Feeling the flow here. A little bit of wind hurt coming off the right side, 3 miles an hour. Swing is off, headed absolutely perfect up the left side, cut boying all the way to the center of the green, right up central. 318 yards total for Mr. White. Hunter Ryan on the box. Electing for the big stick here. All right, 160 miles an hour ball speed heading to the right side of this fairway. Looks like he's going to be landing well struck, but in the right edge of the rough here. Mr. Corey Goodson on the box here. Some heavy lifting from his partner on hole number 1, but it looks like he's going to make a move here. All right, well struck golf shot, but headed left. Needs to settle down. Oh, boy, it is in Sherry's kitchen. Right next to the transit. You cannot park your car there, Corey, so he's going to have to elect to re-hit this shot. All right, Corey's shot is off. Headed a little bit more on the property here, and it's right down central for his third. King of the Hill, see if it catches the speed slot here, and it has, and it's rolling down, getting better by the second. .272 yards there for Corey. Rob's already got a drink from the bar, waiting for Corey's ball to come to a rest, but he is ready for his driver here on the second hole. I do know Sherry. Will. Great gal. Well-struck golf shot from Rob Santapalo, headed up the right side, going to touch the fairway, catch the speed slot, and stay safely into the fairway. Well done for Mr. RSP. Well over 300 yards. All right, Hunter Ryan taking a look at his 309-yard shot here on this par 5. With his partner out there, I think that he's just going to go ahead and play for position here, iron in hand. Very smooth shot from Hunter. Is fading a little bit, needs to get under those trees and get away from that, and he does escape the danger. And we'll have a look for his third. Corey Goodson measuring 284 yards out, electing for some fairway metal here for his 4th shot. Seeing if he can make something out of nothing off that first tee shot. Shot is headed right to left. Going to settle pretty nice into that left side of this fairway. Just catches the rough, but just going to be happy with that lie. See you, Sam.
Thanks for the butt kicking.
All right, Mr. Rob Santopolo, the baby, measuring 256 yards out. It's going to be an elevated green here, so he's going to be aiming to enter the green from the front side and develop once he's on the surface. It's a big swing for Rob Santopolo, headed left and staying left. See if it just settles in 232 yards. He's going to have a look and attacking this green from the left-hand side. All right, Colby White up on the box for his 2nd shot, 238 yards from this pin. So looking to run this up to the front side of the green. Is dealing with a little bit of hurt here from the wind, swirling at 2 to 3 miles an hour. He is up 46 feet to this green, taking that into consideration as he chooses his battle weapon. Crispy 2-iron, headed right. Needs to settle down, stay away from some of this trouble, but does find himself in the tall stuff just right of this green here at number 2. Hunter Ryan left with 132 yards. Just in the right rough, but seems like he's got a pretty good look at this green. Up about 40 feet. Take that in consideration here. Looks like Hunter's aiming for the left center of this green, trying to carve one in there to land softly and give himself a chance to save his par. If not, if it rolls out, he can lock it in there for his birdie. Hunter's swing is off, headed to the left side, staying there, but needs to hop. And it does stay on the surface, just barely off of that false front. Well done, Mr. Hunter Ryan. All right, Corey Goodson approaching for his 5th here at the par 5, number 2, left with just under 80 yards. All right, the shot is off, headed right and staying right. Needs to come back just a touch. Oh. Little side slope on the right of that green. Corey will be chipping for his 6th shot. All right, big Robbie Santopolo left with 51 yards on his 3rd shot. Rob's shot is off. Looks really good. Needs to get on its horse just a bit. Oh, just short of the gimme circle. Solidifies his par there. Sporting a Sugarloaf visor here, looking as incredible as ever, Mr. Colby White. Left with 43 yards off the right-hand side. In the tall stuff. See you, buddy. Third shot for Mr. Colby White. Shot is off. Looks really good. Needs to get, just short. Does not reach the surface. Left with another chip on his fourth shot here. Just 11 yards out. A little cute chip coming up here. As you can see, the tick marks on the green are viciously moving right to left. Little tech mully here. He gets another shot at this short-sided chip here at number 2. All right, the ball is off and safely into the gimme circle. Well done, Mr. Colby White. All right, Corey playing just for kicks here. He's going to go ahead and chip on and enter and quickly exit the gimme circle here. All right, looks like Hunter cards a par, Rob cards a par, Mr. Colby White cards a par, and a triple bogey here for Mr. Corey Goodson. There was an extra bullet on that hole, brings this match all square. Hunter Ryan with the box here at number 3. All right, 334-yard par 4 here, number 3 at Meadowbrook. Hunter's got the TaylorMade Mini driver here. All right, Hunter's headed up the right side, headed right. Needs to get some help here from the trees. Little tree spit. Oh, we have a hammer. The first of the match. Corey Goodson has thrown the hammer. This hole is now worth 2 points. All right, Mr. Robbie Santopolo here. Dialing in his diagnostics here. All right, big swing from Rob. 153 ball speed. Headed to the left center of the fairway. Absolutely perfect, baby! 273-yard drive here for Rob Santopolo. Absolutely picture perfect. All right, Colby White up on the box, running absolutely white hot tonight. All right, big swing from Colby, but headed, it's dead straight and running hot. Like I said, just keep going. Oh, my gosh. Ends up green side, 311-yard drive here for Colby White. Absolutely sickening. All right, Corey's been hanging out. He's ready to make a move here. All right, big swing from Corey, headed right and staying right, just trying to curve a little bit. Oh, he does dodge the trees and gives himself a good look. Well done for Mr. Corey Goodson. Our reminder, folks, there is a hammer on this hole. This hole is worth 2 mother effing points. Hunter Ryan is left with 111 yards out. Does have quite a bit of tree trouble. He's going to have to elect to manufacture a golf shot here. Why don't you step on in, buddy? Here joining me in the booth, climbing up the ladder here, Mr. Dan Burkemper.
Fall ball champion.
The fall ball champion.
You're too kind.
All right, Hunter did escape the tree trouble there, but is left green side on a little bit of a hump there. So, Dan, what do you think of these competitors here in Bay 1?
Describe it in 2 words: testy, fiery.
I concur. Corey Goodson here on his second shot at 78 yards here. Scoring club in hand. Shot is off. Looks like it's up and right. Asking for it to draw and does
Safely
secure
on.
the surface.
Nicely done. Did what he needed.
You know, his partner blew it all the way up next to the green, Dan. I think Corey's just doing that for laughs and giggles, but
Allows his guy to get nice and aggressive.
all right, Rob here looking at 67 yards. Just front side. They have a little downhill. He's got about 5 feet of elevation change down to this hole. This pin, Dan, is tucked up front. Plenty of green behind him.
Plenty to work with. He's still got to get aggressive, though, considering what he's got and what Corey's done.
It's very true. This is Rob's second shot. Let's see if he can park this in the circle. All right, shot is off. Looks like it's left to right and does make it visits the gimme circle and rips back. Very aggressive play, but did not work out to secure that gimme circle.
It's a swing he wanted. He'll take that 9 times out of 10, unfortunately for him and Hunter. That's not the time he wanted it.
I agree. He peats it when he should have French fried. All right.
Don't we all?
Hunter Ryan is 29 yards out, just right side of this green here. All right, shot
Aggressive
off. Looks
swing.
good. Needs to settle, and well done. Mr.
Nice.
Hunter Ryan secures that gimme circle.
Stepped up. No pressure.
He's
Been
a
here
gamer.
1,000
He's a gamer.
times.
When there's money on the line, these guys lock in.
There's real hatred between the two.
Playful hatred, but yes, you are right, Dan.
Yes.
Absolutely hatred.
Absolutely.
All right, Colby's second shot is just 23 yards off the green. All right, chip is off. Looks good. Needs to go, though. Oh. Unfortunate series of events here. Colby bangs a drive all the way close, and it leaves his chip short. All players do card a par here, Dan.
Cannot take advantage of the monster drive. He's going to regret that one moving forward.
He's going to be thinking about that at 2 o'clock, 2:10 this morning. He will be thinking about how he should have just either drove it a little bit further or chipped it a little bit better.
Long story short, he's going to wish he did a lot better there.
Correct. Core memory solidified there. All right, hole number 4 here at Meadowbrook is a 516-yard par 5. With these players' power, this is reachable. Oh, here we are. Another hammer thrown here, and a beer spilled.
Hammer
That means
thrown,
extra.
beer down.
That's alcohol abuse, Dan.
They think they're all's forgiven just because they have matching shoes on.
Hey, the Corey and Colby duo have the same hoodie on, Dan.
Not as cool as matching shoes.
I agree. That is very neat. Very thoughtful. Got to
Who
give it
paid
up
for
to
them?
my captain here, Mr. Hunter Ryan, my teammate, Mr. Rob Santopolo. But here tonight, I am Switzerland. Here for the action. Hunter looking really good, coming up just left side and fading back into the center of the fairway. Really well done. Hit very hard, Dan.
Ice in his veins.
Measuring 290 yards here at number 4. That was a very good opening tee shot for Mr. Hunter Ryan.
Contrary to popular belief, Mr. Ryan has some ball speed in him.
He's 169 pounds, soaking wet, but the guy can work the golf ball, can hit it hard.
No tees to be found that are good enough for Mr. Santopolo.
Rob going for a fresh golf ball. The last one had a slight cut in it.
Shout out Remy Martin.
Infinite golf balls for this man.
No free ads.
All right, big stick for here for Mr. Rob Santopolo. Shot is off, looking really good, headed up the right side, Dan, and it looks like it's going to be settling in. The short stuff,
He'll get a friendly bounce there.
well done for Mr. Rob Santopolo. Both players on Team Ryan are in the fairway. There is a hammer on this hole, Dan. This hole is worth 2 points.
If I had to guess, Mr. Colby White is taking that hammer to heart, and he's going to absolutely hammer this tee shot.
If we had facial recognition technology, you would have seen his eyes when Rob did throw that hammer. He was shocked. But he's ready to put it all in play right now. Oh, hit hard. 174 miles an hour ball speed. Headed up the left side, fading just perfectly. With this kind of distance, he does overshoot the fairway, Dan, but he's going to have a great look into this green.
Still a great place to be.
I will take another, please. Very simple. I have time to think. Thank you. Corey Goodson here, teeing up here, the 516-yard par 5, number 4. All right, Corey's got a good swing here, headed right and should settle in absolutely perfect. Well done, Mr. Corey Goodson.
Just a reminder to our viewers out there, these guys are not pros.
What holes do they play? You know?
Truly incredible stuff.
All right. Team Ryan does have an extra bullet here, Dan, so that means they, this is a choice for them, both in the fairway. Maybe one be aggressive, one lay it up. With an extra pop, they do have the ability to kind of work themselves into this hole. Rob's looking at 256 yards here on his second shot, par 5.
If there's one thing we pride ourselves on this broadcast, it's being honest with our audience. They don't have a chance.
All right, Robbie's off, headed straight over the fairway bunker. Looks like there's a little kicker here, trundle left, and it does. Got to snuggle up green side here. Really well done for Mr. Rob Santopolo.
Foot, meat, mouth. Rob Santopolo proves me wrong.
The commentator's curse, Dan. You got to make sure that you know what you're doing here. All right, Corey selecting his weapon of choice here. We do have the wind vane here off the top edge of the middle of the minimized screen here. Looks like the wind's just slightly left to right, about 2 miles an hour. All right, shot is off, headed left, needs to settle down, is going to find the drink. Luca Brazzi. He's in the water, dead. D-E-D, dead. All right, moving on to Mr. Hunter Ryan, looking at 238 yards for his second, Dan. This is reachable. This is prime time for these gentlemen to solidify a green shot here. Both of these players, all of these players, have just displayed incredible power, so I do think this is in their wheelhouse.
And his partner put him in a great position to get aggressive and really go after this green. Well done by Rob.
Hunter
When I doubted him most.
Hunter electing an iron here. All right, Hunter's shot is off, headed up the left side and fading, but again, trying to work with that speed slot, get some speed. Oh, it takes a little bit too much off, but does solidify himself with a nice right side chip here.
Overcooks it just a bit, but I do love the way that he's trying to use the contours of this course.
He wanted to make sure, he wanted to get that on the green, Dan, but again, like you said, overcooked it just a tad. Not too bad of a look here. So Colby White at 226 yards. This is going to be
iron?
Pretty easy swing for him to be able to get this in there. Now, Dan, this pin is located back right to get it there, so he really only needs about 208, 210 yards to safely land on the green, but if I know Colby, he's going for it.
Smelling blood.
All right, the shot is off. Headed right and asking for it to draw. Maybe get a little hop here. Oh. Lands himself greenside right next to Rob Santopolo. It's going to be a chipping contest, Dan.
A popular gathering place on the right side of the green. Who brought the picnic basket?
Nice.
Certainly not Corey.
Corey is not invited to the picnic. He is here on his fourth shot. 176 yards just off the left side after a drop. Corey's shot is off and looking left. Loves the water, but is going to stay dry for his fourth. Going to land himself just left side of this green. And he is still on the box here. Again, Dan, we are dealing with a hammer here, so this hole is worth 2 points, and they do receive a pop on this hole.
Pressure mounts with each swing. None bigger than this one.
All right, pretty cute wedge here from Corey. Does enter the gimme circle and stays into the gimme circle. Well done, Mr. Goodson.
Great shot. Unfortunately, leaves it in the hands of his teammate to make this hole count. Big shot here for Rob.
So, Dan, you're familiar with the Trackman greens here. The red does mean severe. I can't really see any tick marks, but I've got to expect this ball to – he's going to aim this left and let it come back right.
Some might refer to that as a trundle to the right.
From 30 yards, Rob is up and does come back. Oh, it's asking for it. Keep going. Oh, no.
Just short.
Unreal. What a bad break for Mr. Rob Santopolo.
For Rob when he needed a great one.
Played it absolutely textbook. Is not rewarded with a gimme circle.
We hate to see it. Colby loves it.
All right, Colby's third shot here from the front side of the green. Similar situation here from Rob. Going to get a little teach there. .24 yards for Colby White. All right, shot is off. and does enter the gimme circle. Secures his
Comfortable
4
birdie.
here. All right, it's all up to Hunter Ryan's third shot here. 15 yards.
Not an easy shot over the bunkers. Got to land it very soft. Short right.
A little precarious position here. Looks like that's just nudged up the surround of the bunker there, Dan. You're absolutely right. Needs to get this up in the air and land soft. So, Dan, it is very important for Hunter to get this and keep it in the gimme circle to go ahead and win this hole.
I heard him talking pregame. He was going to channel his inner butterfly. Let's see if he can do it here. Check the shot clock.
Oh. Unfortunately, we had a little hosel adjacent there. Hunter does have the ability to chip this in for his 4.
Could become an incredible layup.
Oh, look at this. Oh, just short of making it. Corey is in for a quad, but it is a bogey. I'm sorry. All right, that is a push here. So the 2 hammers that have been thrown have been negated. All right, another birdie on the putting green for Mr. Colby White.
Can Hunter
All right,
bounce
Colby
back
running
on the tee
absolutely
box?
white hot here after his 2 birdie putts that have been made on the putting green this evening. Brings us to hole number 5, 403-yard par 4. Looks like a slight dog leg right. Turning about 260 yards, Dan.
Can Hunter turn the page on the struggles green side on the previous hole? Now he's got the box.
I tell you what, Hunter's been pretty steady Eddie off the tee. I do like the play that he's using his mini driver here. A little bit more control. Plenty
He looks
of
like he's
distance.
not thinking about anything, so that bodes well for him right now.
All right, nice swing here from Hunter. Head up the left side, and looks like it's going to be pretty perfect here, Dan.
Perfect shot. Exactly what he needed, bouncing back after the
Oh,
struggles.
right down the speed slot. Going to land himself about 300-yard drive. Going to give him a very nice look into this green here at number 5.
Rob couldn't ask for a better setup by his partner there. Free and easy on this swing for Mr. Santa Paula.
I know Rob. He's about ready to let one loose. I think we're going to see a couple extra MPHs here, maybe a little right cheek involved.
He's not known for holding back.
It's not in his nature. All right, Rob's shot is off. Also on a great line. Just headed a little left. Might be flirting, but needs a kick. Oh, absolutely great.
Perfect placement, using the course to his advantage. He'll have a great angle from there.
277-yard drive here from Mr. Rob Sandoval. Oh, keeps moving. 278. Excuse me, folks. All right, Colby White absolutely chomping at the bit. Needs to make a move here.
Flirting with a dangerous line. An aggressive line. But he's locked in.
Knows his strengths here, and it's going to be the driver. All right, hit hard up the right side, staying there, but it is fading just a touch. needs to get through these trees, which it looks like it does, Dan. Carries over 290 yards, giving himself a fantastic look from the right side rough here at number 5.
Ball speed wins again.
Well, I've never been into it, man. Huh? I think we're good. Man, I met you earlier, man. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. All right, Corey Goodson's tee shot is off, headed left. Looks like it's going to settle in, Dan. May not make it to that speed slot. Ooh, just makes it to the left side of the rough. Going to have a look here. He's going to see it right here. He is next up. Corey's left with 172 yards, about 15 feet downhill, Dan. I love these square greens here at Meadowbrook.
Wonderful targets to take after it, and it looks like he's going to have just enough room under that tree to not have any issues to choose whatever club he pleases.
Well, I tell you what, Corey likes to work the ball right to left when he does have his wits about him, so I do foresee a nice little 4-yard draw. Look at that, aiming right. I think we're going to be in for a treat here. All right, the shot is off, headed up the right side, and drawing back. Looks fantastic, Dan.
Fight.
Hits the number on the head, but didn't draw it enough, so he does solidify his par there.
Still a wonderful swing.
It was textbook from Corey Goodson there.
You know, you called it, Mr. Riley. Just looking for that baby draw. Plays it safely right in the middle of that square green.
Tell you what, those targets are nice. I am for the center of them. Looks like Corey followed suit. All right, Mr. Rob Santopolo's second shot at a nice distance here at 134 yards. Rob's shot is up the left side, asking for it to cut, and there it is. Needs to settle in. And he is on for his par, baby.
We couldn't ask for more on this 5th hole. Now we have Hunter and Colby getting aggressive, shooting for birdies here.
All right, Mando, say goodbye to the viewers out there, the 4 or 5 that are listening.
Hey, viewers, Mando here. Have a good night.
And there you have it. All right, Hunter looking at 112 yards, just off the fairway on the left side. Wind is about 2 miles an hour off the right side. Hunter likes to play a little cut, so it's going to be interesting. I think he should be, Rob's already in for the par.
He's got to get aggressive.
I think he does. I think
Nothing to lose.
He drops a gear and he goes for this flag. Absolutely flag stick hunting here, Hunter.
Nothing to lose, only pops to gain.
All right, Hunter's shot is off, headed towards the pin. Looks really good. Needs to get a jump here, and it does. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay. Yeah, baby! Hunter celebrating the clutch shot here.
He totally meant to do that. 12 yards short of the green.
Pretty incredible, but we still have to get through Mr. Colby White. Elects only for the front part of his hat. Does not like to cover up his beautiful head of hair here.
The heat is on.
All right, Colby's second shot, just under 100 yards here from the right side of the rough. All right, Colby's wedge is off. Looks like it's on a great line. Settle in, settle in, settle in. Oh, just short of the gimme circle. And it looks like Hunter Ryan and Rob Santopolo grab one back there on number 5.
Great hole from Team Ryan. Things did not look promising after Colby's blast up the right side. Corey finding the green first. Hunter with the answer.
You know what? It's like we said. He had the time is now, and he rang the bell. Solidifies his birdie inside that. He's going to go ahead. Oh, and misses his putt on the green.
Blast his putt.
Pretty
right?
immediate. Did not like the look of that putt.
It's all right.
All right, some pleasantries being discussed between these two teams here. Lots of good jobs and nice pars.
Skins are absolutely on the back burner during this match. This one's all about bragging rights and glory.
This is about pride, Dan.
I don't know who could be proud of these guys except for themselves, and they clearly are.
All right, Hunter Ryan, first par 3 of our match, 133 yards, a nice little handshake. But, Dan, if you notice, this pin is absolutely diabolical on the front edge of this green.
It sure is. Maybe play a little bit of a backboard behind that pin is the safe play, but we'll see what Hunter does here.
All right, Hunter's shot is off to the left. Not looking like it's going to get any better, but solidifies himself here for another wedge shot just left of the green.
That is not going to be an easy second shot for him.
Got to give the heavy lift to his partner here, Rob Santapalo.
This feels like the first time Rob's really had the pressure on him this match.
He's an absolute animal. See what he does here. All right, Rob's shot is off, headed up the left side, cutting, getting better. Needs to dig in and solidify his par. Well done, Rob. Was forced to make sure he just made the green, Dan.
He answers the call with a massive par, leaving his partner with a chance to get aggressive for a dunk. Meanwhile, pressure's turned up a little bit on Colby and Corey.
Now, at this distance, Dan, obviously these guys are power hitters. Now, the touch shots, like here, under 150 yards, it's really going to test their game as far as their ability to wand this in here. Again, this is a diabolical pin, so these guys are going to have to be pinpoint as far as accuracy goes.
Anything on the green is great.
The music stopped. All right, Colby White is off, headed left, needs to settle down. Oh, finds the green side bunker, Dan.
Just proves the point that Rob answered the call when he had his tee shot. Pressure was on him. Now absolutely all of the pressure is on Corey.
Corey Goodson here, feeling the flow. The white lightning here.
Needs to hit the green to guarantee a push.
All right, the shot is off. Looks pretty darn good, Dan. Oh, but it is drawing just left. Looks like it's going to be a chipping contest, Dan.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be in any of these three positions.
All right, Hunter Ryan is first up here, 25 yards. Looks like this is about 19 yards of carry, Dan. He's just got to get this on the surface and let it do the rest.
Going to be very hard to try to control anything that hits the green. Not likely to get much spin out of this lie.
Looks like it's a little hard, but there's a backboard down there, Dan. Oh, he overshoots the backboard. Does not work out for Mr. Hunter Ryan.
Over the backboard. Had that been a shot clock, it would have been over the shot clock.
Hunter is going to keep that weapon in his hand, and he's going to go for his third shot here at number 6. All right, developing. Enters and exits the gimme circle there, Dan.
Yeah, nothing much to be disappointed about there, as that shot really didn't mean anything. But this one for Corey could win the hole with a hole out.
16 yards off the left side of this green. Checking out the contours here, the undulation. Corey's got a pretty tough chip here. It's the first knob that you see here, the bunker surround, is going to kick this ball left. But this ball is immediately going to want to go back down towards the front of the green, heading right. So there's some arithmetic that he's doing here, and he's going to try to get this just started on the green for his second.
Going to be tough just to keep it in the circle.
All right, Corey's shot is off. Looks pretty good, but it is headed right. Needs to settle down. Oh,
Just a diabolical green.
it
Not
is.
much of a chance
This
there.
is a tough, tucked pin. Not much more he could do better than that, but he is in for his bogey.
I'd say Colby absolutely has a better chance of making that shot happen from this lie. 100% spin out of the bunker.
Coming out
Uphill.
of the left side of this bunker here, and left-hand side of the green. All right, the bunker shot is off. Looks pretty good. Needs to sit. And he does. Wow. Unreal move by Colby White to solidify his par, babe. That is
Opportunity knocked. Colby answered the door. Great shot.
That is a push for this match. Headed to hole 7. I believe this match is 1 up for Mr. Hunter Ryan and Rob Santopolo. Colby and Corey doing some team building exercises here to figure out how they are going to come back and be victorious in this match. Number 7 is a 368-yard par 4. Just a slight movement left to right here, Dan.
The gallery is reminding Rob he indeed gets a pop here. Anything in the fairway really puts the pressure on Corey and Colby.
You know, the extra bullet means a lot here. These guys got to work through how they're going to approach this hole, but Rob's been pretty steady off the tee, and I like the move here. He's got to keep his foot on the gas here.
If you're Hunter and Rob, you got to think worst case scenario is a par.
All right, Rob's shot is off up the left side, fading. It's going to be snuggling up here in the fairway. 152 miles an hour ball speed. Pretty great shot there for Rob Santopolo.
Perfect shot for Rob. That's all he needs. Great look for his second shot with the pop in hand.
And with Colby's power here, he can hit the ball well over 300 yards. I think this is an effort to try to blast one up there and get this as close to the green as possible, hopefully to capitalize on a good drive here.
If there's ever a time he needs to let it loose, it's when Rob lets one out there right up the fairway with the pop in hand. Colby's really got to take advantage of his distance here.
All right, 172 miles an hour ball speed, hit hard. Nice little fade up the left side of the green, up side of the fairway. Wow. Well done. 327 yards for Mr. Colby White. Well done for Mr. Colby White.
That'll play at most courses.
He is a cut boy. That is for sure.
For any of our viewers at Looper's Bar, be sure to tip your servers.
Absolutely. Make sure that you leave them a healthy tip. Corey Goodson. Corey's looking up the left side. It looks like a little draw. Going to land safely in this fairway. Going to give him a good look into this par 4.
Corey's loving the left side of the fairway so far tonight.
Lance, you're absolutely right. Hunter did not bring the boom on that shot. But let's see if he's going to bring it on this one. Always, tips are mandatory here at Luber's Pub. If you don't tip, I will find you and tear your arms off and beat you to death with them. All right, Rob is safely in the fairway. Hunter's got to let this one loose. All right, Hunter headed up the left side with a little fade. Looks like it's pretty perfect, Dan.
Just staring it down. He knows he hit it well. Four
know what?
balls in great position.
I tell you
Looks
what,
like we got a
though,
shootout here.
284 yards is small stuff compared to the 318-yard drive that Mr. Colby White had there.
We can't all be superheroes.
I try to be like Colby every day. I look in the mirror and say, why not me? Why not today? I put my tour visor on for about 3 minutes, walk around the house, do a couple laps, and I take it off, and I said, I don't look like him, so I'm not wearing it today.
I really like the odds of Corey absolutely stuffing this thing close.
So 119 yards, he does like this, but it is tucked back right, so it does not play to his shot shape. All right, Corey's shot is off, headed up the right side. It is drawing, but it just be enough. All right, he does leave himself short, but solidify his par there.
Might have overaccounted for the 2.5-mile-an-hour wind speed out of the back on that one.
All right, Mr. Robbie Santopolo, 99 yards out from this pin. He's got about 2.5 to 3 miles an hour behind him, slightly left to right.
Folks, go ahead and text the link to this video to your grandmothers. They will absolutely open it, and they'll watch the rest of the way.
They need to see this. They need to see this. Make sure that they know.
Yeah. This is the
All right,
TGL
Rob, shot
reporting
is off, heading
live
towards
from
the
St.
center of the
Charles,
green,
Missouri.
fading in, needs to be enough. Oh, does find himself short as well, solidifying his par.
Rob will take that.
Now, Dan, remember, this is the final bullet for Team Ryan. They do have a pop here. Hunter's second shot, measuring 87 yards out from this green. Now, Hunter does play a little cut boy, a little left to right. Let's see if he can
That should work nicely for him on this hole.
work a wedge in here and stick it close. All right, the shot is off, headed left. Oh, it is cutting a little bit. Needs to jump and mark right. Oh, he's just short of the gimme circle.
Seems to be a popular place to land, just short left of this pin.
All right, this is the man, the myth, the Colby White. Has his second shot. Can solidify a birdie to push this hole.
Needs the circle.
54 yards here for Colby White. Taking dead aim at this flag. All right, shot is off. Looks like it's on a good line. Needs to go, and settle. Yes, sir.
Excellent shot to push
Unreal. This guy is a professional, doing a little victory dance here on the lower screen just to your left.
Something tells me there's a little extra motivation in this match.
Colby just coming out of the woodwork, pulling the shots that he needs exactly at the right time.
Rob trying not to show the disappointment on his face as he and Hunter talk it over behind the tee box.
They are having a little huddle up here, but I think that the putt cam is live for Colby's birdie. Making absolutely everything tonight. Coming here for a payday, visiting the pay window, hopefully.
We'll see if Team Ryan can get through the fact that that last hole was absolutely a missed opportunity for them.
They did have the extra bullet. They did not capitalize on that, but we are here at another par 3, Dan. 158 yards, a nice little handshake here. Wind is going to be directly behind the players, measuring about a mile and a half to 2.5 miles, Dan. All right, Rob did not get all of this, but it is looking good. Dig in. Oh.
Safely on the green. They'll take that.
Does solidify his par. Nice par, Rob. Next up is Colby White.
Love this green.
It's very nice. It's large. It's square. It's inviting, Dan. Now, that pin is tucked on the front left side of the screen. You've got all of Michigan to the right side, but looks like Colby is stepping up to his golf ball here. He's ready to make a statement, which he's already done tonight. He's played absolutely fantastic golf.
Can he step up again?
All right, Colby's off, headed left, and staying left, Dan.
Another iron shot off the tee going left for them.
All right, finds himself on the downhill front lip of that left side green side bunker. All right, this is where Hunter needs to make sure that he stays aggressive. He needs to make sure he is dialed in, taking a little teach from Rob there.
Has no reason to do anything but go right after this pin.
Hunter's shot is off, headed to the left side, cutting in absolutely beautifully. Be enough? Oh, okay. He does leave himself a little short-sided. Has the ability to chip in, Dan.
Yes, for our viewers at home, ironically, that was probably a better outcome than it appears, as he now has a chance to chip in for birdie.
So Rob solidified his par on the green. Hunter does have a shot to hold this for the birdie. Corey Goodson stepping up to the tee box.
Looks like he's going for that draw again, hoping to tuck it in real close.
All right, well swung golf shot here. It's going to come a little right to left. Looks really good, Dan. Looks really good.
Looks very good.
Oh, and just short, absolutely flagged shot, but does not reach that 8-foot gimme circle.
Just an unfortunate outcome on a great swing.
It was a textbook golf shot, but does not get rewarded with a gimme circle. Sunday.
Maybe Sunday.
He's great. Big shout out to Mr. Joey Julius and Mr. Joe Carroll. Yes, we do.
I'm sure Mr. Goodson would love to challenge Rob to a putt off. Unfortunately, that's 2 putts for both of them.
Colby White. 14 yards. Ooh, puts it up in the air nice and soft, but does not gain that gimme circle. It's going to be a par for Mr. Colby White.
Tough
And
shot.
here we go, Mr. Hunter Ryan. Just 9 yards off the front side of the screen. Dan, this is where it gets exciting.
Absolutely a green light. Go time for Mr. Ryan, green side. Looking for nothing but the pin. Could win this hole in dramatic fashion. All Colby and Corey can do is watch.
Oh, needs to go. That's absolutely worst thing he could have done.
Mr. Santopalo practicing the Heimlich maneuver.
All right, that one does enter and stays into the gimme circle for his bogey.
Hunter shaking his head, throwing his club into his bag in disappointment. But they'll take the push there. Can't help but think hole 7's still in their head after they let that opportunity
Missed
slip.
opportunity, but here we are, Dan, at hole number 9, the final hole of this match. Measuring it at 280 yards and a par 4, Dan. This is interessante.
Rob really needs to make a statement here, as this is a very gettable green for Mr. White.
So the green is protected on the right side, which is in a direct line from the tee box. So these players are going to have to take this left and kind of curl it up and in to reach this green. All right, Rob's shot is off. Looks like it's on a pretty stellar line. Ooh, can it split the bunkers, Dan?
Needs a bounce.
Oh, he does stay clear of the green side bunker, nestles himself just off the green right side, short. Here we are for Mr. Corey Goodson, electing for driver. This is what they got to do. Mr. Robbie Woodard I appreciate that comment. And I tell you what,
Once we get fog machines, it's a
gimme
wrap.
to the moon. All right, Corey Goodson here. Hole number 9, last ditch effort. All right, the swing is off, headed left. Ooh, no, needs to get over, and oh, he does bypass the 2 fairway bunkers, but does leave himself a fairly healthy wedge out here at number 9.
That rough shouldn't cause him too many issues. Certainly better than being up at the lip of that bunker.
I agree 100%. All right, here the big dog is approaching the tee box.
Needs to get aggressive here. Watch yourself.
You're right. Sitting to my left here in the booth, Mr. Big Dog himself is Dan Burkemper. We have Cut Boy on the tee box here. So 280 yards, Dan. This has got to be less than. This has got to be an easy swing for Colby.
If he puts this on, I'll let him be big dog tonight.
All right, Colby's shot is off. Headed left. Asking for it to cut. Ooh, it is headed left. And
off the cart path, over the tee box. We'll see what kind of angle he's got. Tree might be an issue on the second shot there.
looks like he took a little too much oomph off that, Dan, and did not have the patented left to right cut there, but does have a look. We'll see when the grounds crew does get up to that golf ball if that tree is going to cause any issues.
Even with Hunter yet to hit, it certainly feels like advantage Team Ryan here on hole 9.
Hunter Ryan. All right, Hunter's shot is off. Looks like a pretty stellar line here, Dan.
Puts a great swing on it.
Doesn't get all of it, but he's going to have a really good look at this pin. Just short. Looking sub 100 yards in for this for his next shot. All right,
Can't help but think that Colby's got to try to get creative here, considering where Rob and Hunter's balls are.
Who knows where their balls are, Dan? But the biggest thing is this tree right in front of Colby White. I think with this scoring club, he's going to be able to go up and over this tree. But there's no doubt that it is in his mind. Zach, he has not purchased that Mesmax, so we're going to have to audit that comment. No problem. All right, Colby with a vicious wedge here. Up. Oh, does catch the branch there.
Trees
Looks
are real
like
here, folks.
They are real 100%. They are not inanimate objects. They are very real tonight here at Meadowbrook Country Club.
Hunter and Rob with an advantage where they get to see what Corey does here.
Yeah, a little teach here. Corey's going to fire at this pin, trying to pick up his partner here for the first time this evening.
Who would have guessed that Team Ryan would have had the advantage off of the tee box on this one?
Not me, Dan. Not me.
Seriously, somebody tell us who guessed that.
All right, Corey consulting with his playing partner about how he should attack this pin. All right, with a tucked pin like this, Dan, it looks like that green is rolling back to front, so it looks like he's electing to take this just past the pin and hopefully have a little tour sauce boss here to rip that thing back into the gimme circle.
You can see Old Glory blowing straight right behind the green, making this right side
Mark
pin even
Schulte.
harder to find.
Checking in from Charlotte. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. All right, Corey is up and off. Looks like he finds himself in the green side bunker. All right, exchanging pleasantries between the two teams here, but it is all about fun here. Fun over everything.
Robin Hunter definitely in the driver's seat here, and they know it.
All right, Colby White's third shot, 51 yards. All right, bypasses any branch issue and does have a good-looking shot here that just lands short of the gimme circle. Team Goodson running out of options here.
Can't help but notice the S-eating grin on Mr. Santopolo's face as that ball lands short of the circle.
It's true. All right, Hunter Ryan looking at 47 yards here. Second shot here at number 9, par 4. I think he's got to just make sure he lands this on the surface.
Absolutely.
All right, Hunter's shot is off, looking left side. Looks like it's got to go, though. Oh, the false front does him dirty and brings him back down to the front side apron of the green.
Absolutely the last thing he needed there.
Hunter's third shot. Again, just solidifying that this gets on the green. Dig in. Does enter and exit the gimme circle. It looks like it's going to be on the shoulders, the very broad shoulders of Mr. Rob Santopolo.
Anything on the green will work here, but do you think Rob goes for a kill shot here?
Well, I tell you what, 11 yards out, this is something that is, if he gets it to the hole, he might be able to stop it. All right, looks like he's taken the safe route out, and he is in for the par. A very studious shot there for Mr. Rob Santopolo, leaving Corey Goodson for his third shot from the right side bunker.
Putting all the pressure on Corey here. Just trying to salvage half a point. Robin Hunter with some premature celebration.
Yeah, I don't love that, but I think that's all they got right now. That's all they can do. Their shots are in and banked. Corey's wedged from 11 yards from the right side green side bunker. Looks like a pretty saucy wedge shot. Sit on it. Oh, enters and exits the gimme circle. And there we have it, folks. The match is done. Mr. Hunter Ryan and Rob Santopolo emerge victorious, Dan.
A surprisingly classy moment on the tee box as pleasantries are exchanged. Handshakes, hugs all around.
A lot of hugging necks over here, but a little bit of a viciousness here coming from Goodson and Mr. White, having to give up some nice green money to the Hunter Ryan Rob Santopolo duo. And Dan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you into the booth here, buddy.
Thank you for having me, folks.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast to the Gimme membership and those outside of the network. Thanks for joining.
We're going to try to rope him in here for the Sunday matches coming up here for Winter Madness. He's already verbal is binding, so he said he's going to be here. I'm going to expect him bright and early, 8
When's the
a.m.
first
on
match?
Sunday, 9 o'clock.
All right.